Hello, welcome to part 2 of my Fascist England playthrough in Hearts of Iron 4 mod, Focus Trees for Releasable Nations. In part 1, we were playing as England, then the Fascists had a coup, and now the champion of peace apparently, Mosley, whatever, is in charge of Albion, which is the Fascist name for England. And, well, in this mod anyway, it's an old name for England and Britain in general. But we have Mosley here as the leader of our country. He led the real-life British Union of Fascists, and he leads them in Hearts of Iron 4 as well. Vanilla Hearts of Iron 4. Though in this case, you could call them the English Union of Fascists, but it's whatever. And in part 1, we also prepared to invade Wales. And our troops are going to stop exercising now because we're going to commence our invasion very soon because of this focus here. And Conquer Wales will be ready. Well, that focus will be ready in just a few days, a couple months, I believe. And what other conflicts are going on in the world, you may wonder? We have the Estonian Civil War, and we have the Spanish Civil War. In part 1, Lithuania had a civil war, and a communist one, so we have the Lithuanian Independent SSSR now, and they are a puppet of the Russian Soviet Socialist Republic, which is led by Joseph Stalin. You see, in this world, we inhabit, everything's been fragmented, Africa's been decolonized, the USA has been broken up into 4 different distinct countries. You have the Confederacy, the USA, and you have the unaligned states of America and the Pacific states of America. And of course, Germany is broken apart, Russia as we know it is broken apart, and all of the colonies in Asia are free, although we still have the Allies, which for some reason India decided to stay in it when everyone else left. So thank you, India. I really appreciate your support in our time of need for having allies. What are they going to do, I wonder, with their focus tree? Not really sure. I'm not even sure I didn't leave the faction. It's a little odd. I guess they like us. What do they have? End faction. I don't know. It's just strange. I'm not complaining. We're going to have them as allies in case we need them in a war to come. But right now, we're going to be fine when we invade Wales. And Wales seems to be building fortifications. That's not going to stop us, though, because they seem to have no divisions. And probably not much of a military industry to even make much of an army if they wanted to, honestly, due to their size and everything else. We don't have to worry about Scotland, maybe, perhaps? I don't know. Concentrated Industry 2 has done that research there. Now let's research, what can we research? Let's research Improved Infantry Equipment 1. Let's start that. And that's going to be going on for a little bit, 190 days. And this invasion will begin on what? I think the middle of July. Amelia Earhart circumnavigated the globe. And once we invade Wales, we're going to do the Home Defense Act. Yeah, Home Defense Act. And that will give us plus 10 base war support and remove the national spirit of war to end all wars, which is granting us a minus 30 recruitable population factor. We really need manpower because we're not the United Kingdom. We don't have as much cores as we would like to have as England. We don't have the manpower of Scotland to depend on. And Japan is having a civil war, apparently. No one's going to really intervene in that. How are we guaranteeing Saxony? I'm not sure how we're guaranteeing Saxony, but let me see that. Let me see how that's working out there. So we're guaranteeing Saxony, or are they guaranteeing us? Oh, they made a deal. They did some with their focus tree, I think. Whatever. We're guaranteeing Saxony then. I can live with this. Let's get a new political advisor, or get a new political advisor. Let's get the war industrialist. The war industrialist is Neville Henderson. No, it's not Neville Henderson. It's Maxwell Aitken or whatever. And in the focus tree, let's do the Home Defense Act. Home Defense Act focus now. Also in Asia, Japan is fighting Japan. It's Democratic State of Japan versus the Fascist Japan. So Japanese Civil War going on there. Quite a few civil wars in this playthrough thus far, but let's invade Wales now. The Welsh are going to be outnumbered quite a bit here, and war is underway. Let's send in all of our troops. Oh, wait, no. We have one division in Gibraltar. They're just chilling out. They're being led by Tom Moore, and they're just defending that area while the Spanish Civil War is going on to the north. That it seems the Republicans are going to win because the nationalists are stuck in Lyon. But anyway, focus on our first army. The 1st English Army is going to head into Cardiff and into Swansea and Wrexham and all those places which we need to win this war. So speed up, please, everyone. Max game speed. We have up here, I think about, what is this? This is 21 divisions? Yeah, 21 divisions are going to go into Wales and take it over. And there we are. We have a core on Wales, or we just annexed them? I guess we just annexed them if we win. Wales has capitulated, and now that's going to be part of England. And that is done. So let's add them to our territory. Take all states. Done. Annex is complete there. And after we do the Home Defense Act, we may get into another war. Could we invade Canada? We probably could. We're going to have to fight the French eventually also. But we need to probably attack Canada as well. So I got to think here. I'm not sure. Well, we have a huge navy. We have a humongous navy. We have the entire starting fleet of the UK, starting navy of the Royal Navy would usually have in Hearts of Iron 4. But I guess we could just spread them out. We don't have any military access to anywhere, though, I think. That's the problem. Can we get it from Iceland or Wales? We need naval access. Docking access, that's what we need. What do they want? Positive, negative, base reputation. Okay, we could get a naval access from the Danish, maybe, or at least improve relations with the Irish, possibly get docking access from them. Let's improve relations with the Danish, or attempt to, in order to get docking access for our ships there. And if that's ready to go, by the time Home Defense Act is done, we'll prepare to attack Canada, but if not, we'll just do state military investment, People's Army, Royal Military Industry, or not that one. We'll have to do state military investment, Royal Military Industry, expand RAF. After that, we'll do French claims, and then recover Normandy. We're trying to recreate the Norman Empire. China declared war on Shanxi. They also declared war on the Guangxi clique in China. Chinese Civil War is going down. And yeah, a lot of fighting in Asia. China declared war on Xinjiang. They're not going to worry about Japan, I guess, who's busy with their own civil war. And Communist China's just staying out of that fight for now. It appears that way. And Home Defense Act will be done in about 40 days, approximately. And can we get docking rights from you, please, Denmark? We just need that. That's all we want from you. We want docking rights. Can we have docking rights? Give us that, please. Negative. Base reluctance. Give it to us. And there's an anarchist uprising in Spain. And how badly is that going to affect the nationalists? Well, the Republicans. The anarchists can't really spawn in what would be Catalonia because that's controlled by an independent Catalonia, which has gone fascist. But yeah, the Republicans are now going to have to deal with the anarchists, but they might be able to push them back. They haven't pushed back the nationalists, but the nationalists may now advance themselves because they have less pressure on them due to the emergence of the anarchists in that civil war. Okay, so can we actually get our navy to split up here and start, like, spread out across the Atlantic and try to, let's break this force up a little bit, break them all up, split it into like 5. How many do we need for this war? We need to have distance, I know that much. We gotta get to Canada somehow. That's gonna be the problem for us with our navy. Even if we have a huge navy, we can't get docking access anywhere. Can we get naval access from anyone? Will you? Will you? No. They won't do it. No one will do it. And we can't get any kind of docking access, docking rights from Denmark. It appears that way. Can they take this? No, they will not. Base reluctance. Base reluctance is just making this impossible for us to get any kind of naval access. We need docking rights so badly. Cuba, anyone. Anyone at all. I'll take Venezuela. They'll have docking rights. Docking rights in the Dominican Republic. I could work with that, actually. Maybe. Possibly. And do we control this, or is this Canada? I think it could be Canada. We might need to take Bermuda, then go up there to New Brunswick. And can we get military access, actually? Let's ask for docking rights. They will accept. Thank you. And can we get anything here? I don't think so. Docking rights from the Dominican Republic should be better than nothing. Let's abandon our mission to improve relations with the Danish because they don't seem to be going anywhere. We wanted to get docking rights from them. We don't really need it anymore. So stop improving relations. And let's send our navy out to Denmark. Well, not Denmark, but try to get them down to... Maybe we could use... No. Is there anyone in the Caribbean more so than just the Dominican Republic? Maybe the... Let me see here. Look at the map. We gotta look at countries that will give us docking rights. Will the Bahamas be willing to do it? No, they will not. Cuba? No. Jamaica? No. And so we're stuck with the Dominican Republic giving us docking rights. Okay, well, we'll work with that. And here we have our navy. Let's send them all to the Dominican Republic and to Santo Domingo. And here we have 252 ships, the entire British Navy. Bulgarian rearmament negotiations. Sure, they can rearm, I don't care. Yeah, demands to allow British rearmament. Yeah, they can just rearm. It doesn't really affect us. We can't really stop them anyway. We're not going to involve much in Europe except for our potential conflict with France. But can we see how much distance these ships are going to have very soon? Yes, but they've arrived. And can they have any sort of naval superiority in those areas? They can. But can we set up any units here? Can we get military access from you? Military access would be ideal. Will they let us have that? Military access. Ask for military access. They will say no. Can we have maybe improved relations? We'll be willing to do that. Improved relations and see what we can do with that. So let's take our navy, our def stack of ships here, and break them up into like a few little different pieces. Split the selected task force in half. Do that in like twice or 4 times. I don't know. As many times as we need. Split the ships in half. Send one into the Caribbean Sea. Do a patrol mission there. Do a patrol mission up north in the Sargasso Sea, and that'll be that. So we have 2 navies, essentially 2 fleets watching over. We need to take the Bermuda Islands. That's why we need military access. And can these ships actually have more range? They cannot. They are just sort of stuck there. We really need that naval access from the Danish, but they're not going to be providing it at all. And can we get military access from the Dominicans? Possibly. No. Yes. We're going to say no. Restoration of Austro-Hungary. That has occurred. Bulgaria will not comply with our military restrictions. And we will deal with them later. Whatever. And that's going on there. Bulgarian army restrictions lifted. Piedmont, Sardinia seeks extensive military pact, and the restoration of Austria-Hungary took place. So Austria and Hungary have been united under the Habsburg dynasty. Maybe they might try to intervene in Germany in the future. I don't know. But in the focus tree, well, the tech tree, let's research the Lewis Mark III DIMS and SBML 2-inch mortar. And for our national focuses, let's do kill Canadian. Well, actually, it won't really matter if we even get cores on Canada, because due to our champion and peace leader trait, we can't declare, well, we can't really justify any war goals. We can't justify any war goals on anyone, because due to that leader trait, we got to wait to have 100% world tension as a fascist country, which is pretty counterproductive, I gotta say. So let's just do state military investment and relocate our navy from the Caribbean, send them all back home to stop that mission there, stop that patrol mission, send them all back to England. We will keep the docking rights in the Dominican Republic. We might need that in the future. Not so sure though. We'll see when we try to invade Canada eventually. We could also just get rid of the middleman and maybe try to invade Denmark when we have 100% world tension. I'll have to think about that in the future. Research slot available. Let's research. And Carlos Spain has popped up in the Spanish Civil War. I think the anarchists just lost the war. And the research tech tree. Well, in the tech tree, let's do computing machine. And let's go to the south and look at that. Confederate States of America declared war on the Confederacy of American States. Could we get them maybe in our alliance? Can we get somebody in our faction? There we are. Can we get them to join our faction? You want to join our faction? I'd be willing to do it and fight the faction. Invite to faction. Base reluctance. They do not want to join the faction. They're lost. Do these guys want to join a faction? No, they are democratic. So we have a fascist democratic civil war in the CSA. Confederate States, the Confederated States of America versus the Confederacy of American States. Not going to get confusing at all when it comes to country names. And we have some freed up civilian factories. Let's get some more built in East Anglia and in the greater London area. That's going to take place. Decisions are available. Oh, demobilize our economy, sure. Because otherwise we'd have some issues if we didn't demobilize the economy. And state military investment will be done in a little bit. Once it is complete, we'll get 2 military factories in Yorkshire. Doctrines available. We are doing Grand Battle Plan. Let's do Grand Battle Plan now. In the Grand Battle Plan Doctrine section there. And so I wonder how that Civil War is going to go. It seems like the fascist of the CSA is going to overwhelm the Democratic supporters, although they are holding out in the Carolinas and a little bit of Tennessee and Virginia and Florida, although Florida appears to be falling, and Oklahoma is nearly, they're cut off from everyone else, so who knows how that's going to go. Bracket shooting is done. That's a naval tech. Let's do more naval tech research. Can these ships get more range? I need to get them more range. That's what they need, range. How can I increase their range? I'm not entirely sure. I haven't really considered that so much. Active sonar. Let's get active sonar, because why not? And what's our next... Okay, we're definitely going to fight the French. Gain annex war goal against France. And so, as said before, in the past, probably, we got to get state military investment done. We already have Puppet Monarch, but after we finish state military investment, we'll do Royal Military Industry, which will give us 3 military factories in the West Midlands. Then we'll do the Expand RAF, which will give us 2 military factories in the Greater London area. Then French claims. Then recover Normandy. I think that French claims focus will give us claims in all of France, like even including places like Corsica and Aquitania and everything they control, as well as Brittany. We have some divisions that have been trained. Add them up there. Let's actually put all these divisions in maybe Dover for now. Just have a fallback line drawn up there, so we'll have them ready in case we have any naval invasion orders we need to set up. And let's also set this army to exercise. We'll do the same thing with the Gibraltar Defense Force in Iberia, and the Spanish Civil War is going on, and the anarchists are still alive. In fact, I think the nationalists died. That's what's happened. The anarchists are still alive, and the Regional Defense Council of Aragon doesn't control Aragon. India declared war on Free India, and Italy declares war, well, Piedmont, Sardinia, declared war on Greece. And what's this about? Piedmont, Sardinia is just fine on us, apparently. Not sure how that's going to work, but they can try, maybe. And should we help out India? Have they left our faction? Are they still in the faction? Yes, they are. We need to help them. They are fighting against fascist Free India. Let's go help out non-aligned India then. So let's send our troops over there. Stop training these guys. Stop exercising anyway. Set up units in Free India territory. Well, in India. And so unpause now and send our troops down there. We'll go help India win their war because they are part of the Allies, which is a faction we lead. And honestly, I don't want to lose the only other member we have in the faction. Piedmont, Sardinia, Italy, whatever you want to call them. Well, they were Italy. They're led by Mussolini. They abandoned the Naval Treaty, and Federalist America is pursuing interventionist policies. And Federalist America, I believe, is the United States of America here. Just so you don't get that confused with the unaligned States of America, the Pacific States of America, the Confederate States of America, and the Confederacy of American States. Not confusing at all. Only 5 different USAs. And in our focus tree, let's do Royal Military Industry now, and that will give us 3 military factories in the West Midlands. Let's use some free military factories we got recently to manufacture more support equipment. That's going to be done, and I'm worried about what Italy, well, Piedmont, Sardinia is going to do. But if they do want to fight, we can fight. But we don't have, the issue is we don't really have anyone in Africa that could give us docking rights for a potential war. That is a problem. Can we get docking rights from anyone? No, we cannot. Oh well. And Turkey, it seems, is going to go to war with Syria very soon. They do have a war goal against Syria. I don't know if they'll do it immediately, but they may fight Syria. 1 division has been trained. Send them off to India with the rest of the English First Army. Free dockyards. Let's send those dockyards to help build. Well, let's use those dockyards to help build the Leander class cruiser. And once that ship is done, we're going to have more freed up dockyards. Currently, our biggest ship we're trying to construct is the Ark Royal class. Another division has been trained. Send them to the English First Army, which has been filled out now. We have plenty of troops there. And let's get some more. Oh, Free India won the war, so India doesn't need our help. They're fine. Get some more divisions trained and send these troops back home we had. Send them back to the place in Dover. They may have to go all the way to India before they can turn around, though. Or do they? Yeah, they got to go all the way to India. The majority of them do. Or no, they're going to turn around. Okay, that's happening. Modify Officer Corps for the Spirit of the Navy. Let's get integrated. No, let's get naval. No, global presence. That will do. We are the UK. Well, we have the UK's Navy at the very least. So I think having global presence as the Spirit of the Navy will be beneficial to us. Research slot available. Let's research, let me see here. Let's research the Wellington, or maybe research some technology when it comes to aircraft. I mean, carrier planes. So let's get the Gloucester C Gladiator researched. And that's going to be the the carrier variant of Fighter 1 technology, which we already had researched, and a Fighter 1 tech for England and for the UK. And Hearts of Iron 4 is the Hawker Hurricane. Modify Officer Corps. Let's modify, what can we modify here? Air Force Command or Military High Command. Let's get from Military High Command, let's get Claude Auchinleck, and he is an Army Logistics expert. And from that, we will get more Army experience gained daily. Infantry, no, that's a different guy. But he will give us more Army experience gained daily, as well as less division attrition in places where we can get attrition in general. And I don't know what Piedmont, Sardinia is really up to. They still haven't really attacked us yet. They're busy fighting Greece. Can we invite Greece to our faction? I'm willing to do it. Can we invite anyone to our faction? I would be happy to. We're at 20% world tension right now, and no one is willing to join the faction. Unfortunately, Greece may die though. They are fighting Italy as much as, well, Piedmont, Sardinia as much as they can. Piedmont, Sardinia did get Albania, so that really helped them out. And in the focus tree, let's do what? Let's do Sten. No. Let's get 1934 basic medium tank chassis, just so we'll have it. And that's being done. And Royal Military Industry is nearly complete. After that, we will be only 2 focuses away from being able to fight the French for Normandy. And since we're that close, let's go ahead and station our entire navy in the English Channel and have them patrol. Well, not have them patrol, but let's at least set up the naval invasion orders for when we strike against France, who may be stronger than we think they are. Let me check their military size. They have 6 to 44 divisions, so they won't be weak at the very least. Now let's do expand RAF focus, free military factories. Let's assign them to build. What can we have them build? Let's have more support equipment and more guns. And we're deploying more infantry very soon. We're also going to get some cavalry. They're going to be trained, and let's get maybe a couple more tank brigades and set that to 1 amount of times those divisions will be trained, but we will keep the infantry training deployment here on infinite, so we'll constantly have a stream of infantry divisions flowing out until we stop that, and we're just going to use up most of our manpower for infantry divisions. So let's set up a naval invasion order now and aim for different ports if possible. So the 53rd, the 5th and 6th, the 6th Cavalry Brigade, the 5th Infantry Division, the 53rd Welsh Infantry Division, they're going to be doing a thing. They'll go for Dunkirk, and that order will be set up now. The 42nd, the 55th, and the 50th will go for where? They will go for Dieppe, and the 5th Cavalry Brigade, the 54th East Anglian Infantry Division, and the 43rd Infantry Division will head for Cherbourg. And we'll have one more division, the 48th Infantry Division, go for Le Havre, or however you say that. Set that up, invasion source, and there we go. So we're going to have our orders all put together for any potential war with France now, so we can just go in and take Normandy as quick as possible, because Normandy will be a core of England once we get that focus done to recover Normandy. And the Estonian Civil War is over. The fascists, it seems, lost. The Fascist Estonia lost the Civil War. So yeah, the non-aligned side of that war won. Free dockyards. Let's have those dockyards used on the town-class cruiser. That is done. And how is things going in Asia, I wonder? 2-inch mortar, research, support weapons 2 is done. Let's have our tech focus on maybe get synthetic oil experiments, get that done, because we may need some synthetic oil. China's still fighting for all of China. They have Saibei, Senma, and Yunnan, I think, as puppets. Yes, they do. But they are fighting Shanxi, and Shanxi is fighting. Is Communist China do anything? No, they are not. They have a war going on. No, China has a war going on Communist China, but they won't fight them yet. But China is gaining some ground in Xinjiang, but they're not really getting anywhere with the Guangxi clique, and they are pushing back Shanxi a little bit. Meanwhile, in Japan, their civil war is sort of in a stalemate position. Japan, the state of Japan, the democratic Japan, are holding on to Tokyo, while the fascist Japan is holding out in Nagasaki, which is their capital during the Civil War. Free dockyards, let's work on these town-class cruisers. This one will be ready in July 1938. Expand our Royal Air Force. Expand the Royal Air Force is nearly done. After that, we'll do French claims, and then we'll recover Normandy, and we'll take Normandy for England, which once belonged to England in a way, because William the Conqueror was the Duke of Normandy, and his family controlled Normandy, and it was for a long time part of England, effectively, because the Normans were from, well, Normandy, and we are trying to remake the Norman Empire. well, make a Norman Empire. Trying to emulate the old days, the Middle Ages, so to speak, in terms of territorial ambition. So expand RAF will be done in 20 days. So that will give us 2 military factories in the greater London area, and we'll put those military factories on probably gun production. And we need a chief of the Air Force. Let's have Turkey declared war on Syria. Actually, let's get a military high command. Archibald Wendel, army regrouping expert. He's going to be doing that now. We have our military high command all set up. That is done. And these divisions here are ready for any sort of naval invasion once it will occur. Research slot available. Let's complete. What can we complete? We'll start a technology research anyway. Let's research maybe. Let's research. What do we have? Let's research special forces. We'll do that. And decisions available. Develop Drakeland's tungsten mine. Sure, that will give us 4 production. Well, 4 tungsten resources in where is that? Syria got annexed by Turkey and southwest England. Well, our tungsten resources are now going to be higher in southwest England because we're going to do that decision. But yeah, Turkey annexed Syria, and they may try to expand even more into the Middle East. And they are going to... Wait, no. The Cypriot Democratic Republic has a communist Cyprus, essentially. They have a war goal against Turkey. But yeah, I was saying Turkey may try to expand more into the Middle East, but I wonder if they'll be able to do that if they're fighting Cyprus. We'll see if that even takes place. Let's do French claims now. That's going to be done as a focus. And military factories 1. One's available. Put it on gun production, and these divisions are going to be flowing out very soon. These, what are these? These 9 infantry divisions and these 3 cavalry brigades and these 2 army tank brigades will be ready very soon. The Soviet Union. The dawn, okay, that's a lot of crazy stuff. The Soviet Civil War, the communists are destroying themselves, and the dawn of the European Syndicate. And that's formed by someone. Let's see what the deal is with the Soviet Civil War. So we have the SSSR in what is near Arkhangelsk, and that is led by Alexei Rykov, and they're fighting the Soviet Union, led by Joseph Stalin. And the Comintern, it seems, is dead. Now it's called the European Syndicate, and it consists of the Soviet Union and their puppet, the Lithuanian People's Republic. And from that, I can tell Mongolia left the Comintern, and I'm not sure if Tanutuva was a member, but if they were, they're out of that. And let's unpause now. And how much do we gotta... Okay, French claims is going to be done in a few days. Well, a couple of months. And the Spanish Civil War looks like it may be won by the anarchists, possibly, who control... And Soviet Union. The Soviet Union declared war on Qing China, and Qing China joined the Imperium Romanum. What in the world? So the Italians are going to be helping out the Chinese there. I'm not even sure... Yeah, the Soviet Union doesn't even border Qing China at all. And they are not a puppet of the Japanese, I guess, due to this civil war going on in Japan, I reckon. So Qing China and Piedmont Sardinia are fighting Greece. And in the Spanish Civil War, the anarchists may win because the nationalists who already... Their nationalists are dead. The Carlists are losing to the anarchists. And the anarchists took Madrid, and they're pushing the Republicans down into Valencia. And eventually they might reach Cordoba. Our entrepreneurs return from negotiations in Athens. Let's grant them a charter or whatever. That's some stuff involving Greece. For whatever reason, Greece is not going to exist very soon unless they have pretty high war score to survive in Crete for now until the Italians navally invade that. Let's see the war score. Yeah, Greece is nearly dead. But they are... How in the world that... Okay, so Qing China got declared war on by the Soviet Union. And now the European Syndicate, led by the Soviet Union, who may or may not win that Soviet Civil War, is fighting Piedmont Sardinia and Novus Imperium Romanum faction, which consists of Piedmont Sardinia, Bulgaria, and Qing China. That's what's going on with that. And what's going on over here? Okay, one unit has been surrounded by the SSSR. The SSSR troops got surrounded, and it looks like the SSSR is going to lose their Soviet Civil War. I'm predicting that anyway. They're just stuck in this one area, this one front for now. They do have other places they are holding out, but they're not doing very well there. So we have 7 divisions that have been deployed. Add them. Well, let's make a second English army. We have plenty of generals, so it should be fine. And we have to get through all this stuff. William Slim's going to lead this force. And research slot is available. Let's research. What can we research? Let's start researching concentrated industry 3. And I'm going to end part 2 of my Fascist England playthrough in the Focus Trees for Releasable Nations Hoi 4 mod here. You can check out Focus Trees for Releasable Nations in the description. The mod link is there. It's in the video description like I just said. And if you enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe.